we will defend our dignity and integrity.
Yes.
We are not here courtesy of South Africans. We are not here courtesy of anyone. When South African needed the assistance of Africa, they were all assisted. I mentioned an interview this morning. When Nigeria attained independence under the first Prime Minister, Alhaji Sir, Abu Bakr Tafawa Balewa, they give them the support they needed. Ghana, the first country independent, they give them the support. Mandela was trained to use a gun by an Ethiopian, Colonel Tesfaye Birru. We must all know the right. It is the Morocco that economically supported them with money. The Zimbabweans, the Mozambican, the Zambians, all frontier countries suffered because they harbored South Africans. We are not foreigners in an African land. We can never be foreigner in our own land. Today, South Africa have invested hugely in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, in Kenya, all over. MTN is everywhere. Cobright is everywhere. MultiChoice is everywhere. We are not attacking them. Why are they not attacking us?
Ask them.
Not all Nigerians are drug dealers. Not all Mozambican are bad. Not all Zimbabwean are car hijackers. Somalis, Ethiopian, Bangladesh, Pakistani run decent business.
Yes.
But every day they are under constant intimidation, interference and harassment of their business. Every second day, as the chairman of the Somali board, we bury one Somali national. The same with Ethiopia, same with Bangladesh. Please forget the ethnic divisions. It is God that made you Hadiya. It is the same God that made me Somali. It is the same God that made you an Igbo. And it is not actually our calling, it's not our choice. But we are African.
Yes.
And African we must stand. Please don't run away from Tokombis. Let's defend what we have got right for.
The gentleman said that they're asylum seekers. Now, what type of asylum seeker is this that goes on holiday, that goes back home December and come back in January? And the asylum law is very clear. You go to the country next door. How did Nigerians jump from, you know how many countries are between South Africa and Nigeria? The gentleman talks about that, the gentleman speaks about Ethiopia to say that our people went there, they gave us that. Our people were in a camp in Ethiopia. They were not roaming free, opening tuck shops, selling drugs, hijacking buildings. This gentleman here behind me is the type of arrogance our people deal. He comes on national TV telling the host, don't invite me again. He's even scared to say he's from Nigeria. They are the biggest problem that should go. They are here for drugs, for human things. That's why I can't admit he's a Nigerian. He talks about Zimbabwe. You guys are number one when it comes to our mass deportation. The worst we've ever had.
Pedro Mukhalusi, where are you?
Hello guys, my name is Golden Boy and I just wanted to talk about this immigration. I've seen it in several between the South Africans and Kenya. And now there's a politician here in this video who talked about why are Nigerians traveling, leaving all those countries only to come to South Africa. Okay? And then there's also another scenario here. The Nigerians are complaining and saying that the South Africans are like, yes, they are the asylums, okay? But what did South Africans know? That Nigerians helped them to gain independence. And not only South Nigerians, also Kenyans, Ethiopians, and many countries supported South Africa so that they could gain their independence. So that's where they're being given the freedom to go and live in South Africa.
I want the whole Africa and the whole world to hear this. If we are here, it's not because we want to live in this street here. No one in this world would prefer to stay in the street with his family. Do you understand? We ran away from our country because of the crisis. And that crisis is this international communities, they are causing it. And all of you, you know, and we are aware of that. They are using Rwanda. They are using Rwanda to attack our eastern part of the country so that we must not be stable. We must be running here and there to other countries.
And what do you want the South African government to do about that?
All we want to do, the UNHCR agency, they have the rights to protect the refugees. Is this how they protect refugees? And the UN, they are there. In DRC, they call it MONUSCO. They've been there for more than 25 years. Still, there was no solution for that problem. Meaning it's the politics that they're using so that they can continue to loot those mineral resources because of the envy. The whole world, they're envying our mineral resources. No country in this world has mineral resources like DRC. No one. If anyone is here to contradict me, say it openly in front of the camera. DRC is the richest country in the whole world in terms of mineral resources.
How do you feel that they took your baby?
I'm not happy at all. We have the right as human beings. They are coming to arrest us. For what reason? They say you have two options. Either you go to Lindela or you go to Konsimapur. What did we do to deserve to go to Konsimapur? I think I prefer to go to Konsimapur. I'm gonna save that sentence that I did not, for that crime that I did not commit. Let my family go to Lindela. I am going to Konsimapur and I will stay. They took my babies. Their father will take care of them. I'm gonna go to Konsimapur.
Why are you willing to go to Konsimapur?
I am going there because I don't have any choice. You know, I've been in Lindela. I've been in Lindela for 3 years. My child almost died there. And now, the only solution the South African government and the UNHCR they have for us is to take us to Lindela again.
How long have you been in South Africa?
More than 21 years I'm here in South Africa.
How did you arrive in South Africa?
I came in South Africa. I came from my country, I ran to South Africa. And that was a long time ago. You understand? So, I served this country. I worked in this country. Everything that I made in this country have been looted by the citizens of this country. Right now, more than 20 years, I have nothing.
Before you landed on the pavements of the UN offices here in Brooklyn, where were you staying before that?
We were in bedrooms in Johannesburg. And we were attacked. Do you understand? We were attacked. They took everything from us. Do you understand? So every time they were attacking us, every time it was xenophobia. And the South African government, they do nothing about it. Those people who are killing, doing those xenophobic attacks, we didn't even hear that any one of them went to prison. None of them went to prison. So it's been like this is what is going on and on and on. So is this how the South African government they're going to continue to do? Is this how the South African government they're going to continue to treat refugees in this country?
They're saying you are obviously at ease to integrate or reintegrate into the South African communities. Are you willing to perhaps consider that option to go into another community?
Listen, as we've told you before, every time we move to a different community, there is something that happens, and the government is doing nothing about it. This police that you see here, they don't even come to arrest those people. But here they are coming to take innocent people. The victims, now they have to be arrested. And those criminals are still out today. Even if I move to another community, it's still going to be the same story. We ask UNHCR, the agents of refugees, that they have the mandate to protect the refugees. If they cannot take good care of us here, they can take us. There are many camps around. There is Botswana, there is Namibia. They can take us to any other country in the camp. But why didn't they do that?
The UN says they do not have the authority, they do not have the legal muscle to resettle you.
Let me tell you the truth now. Do you know why the South African government, they don't want to let the refugees go? This is business. This is business, it's purely business, because each and every head of refugee, they pay money, come from Geneva. And these refugees in South Africa, they don't pay them. They don't pay them. They don't.
How many children do you have?
I have 4 children.
Are they all here?
They're all here. They're all here. And the children, they are crying, they don't want to go to Lindela. So how can you give people 2 options? Either Lindela or they must go to Konsimapur. Why? Is that right? Is that right? I think this thing must stop now. This African continent, this is the time for Africa to wake up and face the reality. We cannot stand here as Africans to see this international community killing Africa. All this because of these riches that are in DRC. That's why we are here. Do you understand? It's because of the riches in DRC.
So
if DRC was not rich, I am telling you, if DRC was not rich, we were not going to be here because of the mineral resources that we have in our country. That's why we are here.
Guys, I've seen videos, I've seen a lot of immigrations, and the major issue in South Africa right now is the immigration, where the legal immigrants, or as they are being called, the Assylum, are moving into South Africa and causing a lot of problems. Now, this politician, also this border security man, talked about the Zimbabweans, where they're the hijackers, and it is causing a lot of problems. When you go to South Africa has a lot of crime rates, where the youths are unemployed, and yet these illegal immigrants are also bringing problems, where they are trying to compete with the South Africans in terms of economy, to grow their economy. Little do they know that others are involving in illegal activities like selling drugs, doing prostitute. A lot of things are happening and are causing a lot of chaos, and South Africans are becoming uncomfortable. Beside from these Africans, they are also having an issue with these white settlers. So Mandela talked about the boundaries, and he was very sure in saying that he wants Africa to be a borderless continent. And what did he mean? He mean that he wants all Africans to get united and not having these imaginary maps. So guys, Malema was very okay, and I believe that was the reason why they never voted for him, because they never wanted that borderless country. Because why are people inviting in your country, illegal invasion, to come to your country to cause crime? Why is it happening? Because even we as Kenyans, we are also having problems with the Somalians. And when you go to the Americans, they are also having problems with these Africans, like Nigerians and other neighboring countries, where even their president went ahead and built a big fence. So you have seen these people complaining, and the problem is that these illegal immigrants want the same problem, the same government in South Africa to help solve their problem, and yet they invaded in that country illegally. It is really unfair, guys. And I believe that, like this, is it called Gregory, talked about this Assylum. Assylum should be someone who is next country. And what do I mean is that when the South Africans are having problems, they should, when they want to help a country, it should be like next door, and not from the western country, not from the southern countries, far away. Like, where Nigerians living all those countries only to land in South Africa. That was very a crucial point. And the South Africans are also, this is really legal. Now, when it comes to Nigerians were having problems with you guys, not in a bad way, but you're having problems with you. You guys are causing problems in every country you are going. And this is not even the first people complaining. It has been like decades. People have been complaining about you guys. So beside that individual groups, it is high time for Nigerians to correct their movements, to talk about what they really want for themselves. Because I know it is your government which is causing these problems. We as Kenyans, we are also trying to immigrate. Like, it is becoming unbearable in our country, where there are no employment, and people are really studying, are working hard to get their certificates, to get their degree, only to end up in a minimal job. So it is the government that is making these citizens to become unfairable and unbearable. So it is upon you guys to go sit down and say, I know your population is very huge, and the economy is very huge, and the competition is also very huge, and that's why you're going to seek for other refugees in other continents. And I'm not saying that you are only in South Africa. You're also in every different parts of the world, including my country, continent Kenya. Now when you come to Kenya, you'll find that you're also having issues with you. So it is upon you guys to see that, yeah, we are having problems, we are hard workers, we are sick at what, but it is you to change your ways. Otherwise, you are welcome in our continent, in our country, Kenya. And I also believe that South Africans will welcome you only if you change your ways. Thank you guys for listening to this video. I believe that you learned something from this video. See you.